Howdy, hi, and hello, my loves. My name is Norman, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, we've recently been looking at Renato Lyra, who is one of the survivors in the newest drop of Chapter 28, Tools of Torment in Dead by Daylight. In today's video, we're going to look at Renato, her brother, and see what he is all about. Before we jump in and get started, if you've liked today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to catch any future content, please make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification if you're feeling super spicy. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Renato feels like one of these survivors that is definitely built around altruism, built around strategy. So if you're into that kind of gameplay, he may be one to explore, especially if you're looking for certain perks. Now, if we look at Blood Rush here, this is a special perk. It only activates once you are one hook away from instant death. While healthy, running, and suffering from exhaustion, press the active ability button. You'll lose a health state and recover from exhaustion instantly. But once you've activated the perk, you'll gain from the broken status effect for 20 seconds. As long as you can last those 20 seconds, you will go automatically from injured to healthy and have your exhaustion back for any other perks. So this is amazing if you are in a situation whereby you're very altruistic, you're running in, you're fighting for your teammates, you're also doing your objectives, taking protection hits. If you're that kind of survivor, this perk will come in clutch for you because you'll likely take hook states, you'll likely be involved and downed quite often. So Blood Rush would seem like a very good perk in that scenario. We've also got Collective Stealth, so whenever another survivor finishes healing you, you both leave no scratch marks as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor who healed you or until one of you loses a health state. Again, very useful if you are in a duo or a swift. It is definitely a perk that can be used to your advantage to help you progress the game, solve those puzzles, solve those strategies. And Background Player is the final perk that Renato offers, and this is an exhaustion perk. So when the killer picks up another survivor, Background Player activates for 10 seconds. When you start running, break into a speed at 150% of your normal running movement speed for 4 seconds. So that would be very good if you are the other side of a map, or if you are just too far away from that pallet to get that pallet save. You could run across the map and, you know, get that pallet save your teammate, save the game, progress to survive. Again, all these perks work very well together. It's very similar to Talita, that they're very altruistic and they're very cohesive in the way that they work together in terms of perks. It's Mandy. It is Mandy. Anyone who knows me knows that Mandy is my absolute favoritist killer of all time. I am the biggest fan of the Saw franchise. I'm the biggest fan of Mandy, or Amanda, or the pig, whatever you want to call her. I call her Mandy. We've got a nice stealth killer as well, so we should be using our altruism to a pretty good standard in this game. I tend to find against stealth killers, you do tend to be more altruistic, because obviously you never know where a stealth killer is going to come from, so you do tend to be a bit more helpful with your friends in order to help any objectives be done quicker and to progress the game as much as you possibly can. Right, when she gets picked up, Background Player should activate, so we can run over. There we go, there's Background Player. Is basement in the shack? No, it's not, but we were so close to that pallet there then. With that pallet there, had she gone through it, that Background Player could have come in clutch, could have took us right to the pallet. And we could have got a pallet stun. I know it is obviously shack pallet, but still. Right, here comes Mandy. Again, remember, Renato is a very, very altruistic player. His perks, his abilities are built for altruism. Right, Mandy's on me. Oh, Mandy. Oh, mind gaming Mandy. Mind gaming Mandy. Ah! Right, I've got a party hat. I've got a party hat. It's fine. We got Background Player. We found out how useful it was. Obviously, it's very situational in terms of how you could save somebody with it, but it's still altruistic. If you had like a flashlight or a flashbang or some kind of method to save the fellow survivor, Background Player would come in very clutch. Obviously, if you're quite far away as well, giving you that 150% boost towards your running will obviously be super helpful. I just want to clarify on that. You run at 150% of your normal speed. You don't get 150% boost. You run at 150% of your normal running speed. Right, Leon's coming back for us. Leon, you little beauty. I mean, curtains died in the 90s, my love, but my love has not died for you. There's Background Player popping off again. So again, we've seen the usefulness of it. It's very good. I mean, it is an exhaustion perk, so it can't be overused. I mean, from a killer point of view, you know, it's not going to upset the killer. If you're using Blood Rush alongside background player, it could be very useful. It can run you to the scene of the accident, and then it can also use Blood Rush to obviously get yourself out of the exhausted status effect. So it could be used again quite quickly in succession. But obviously you do need to be on Death Hook. Now Mandy's come in. As we said earlier, we were going to see a lot of use of these perks because we are playing a stealth killer. Stealth killers, you do tend to be a bit more wary when you're playing. I am keeping my eye on this TNL here because she's going to pop out for a TNL somewhere, isn't she? Right, I can't use background player currently because I'm exhausted. So again, if Blood Rush was active, that would be a clutch situation where I could use Blood Rush, activate that exhaustion. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually get to use that in this game. I mean, I'll try my best, but I can't help it that I don't go on Death Hook and injury all the time. If you believe that, then you probably believe the world's flat, don't you? Oh, let's go. She's coming for me. She's coming for me. Mandy coming for me. Mandy. Oh, Mandy. I don't know. Whoop, whoop. There she is. Whoop. And little fishnets tights. Let's go, Queen. Let's go. Oh, she double backed on her little dash attack there. She knows how to play pig. This is a Noah. Mandy's a Noah. Ah, again, my exhaustion isn't quite fully recovered. The background player won't pop off. We're doing it for the YouTubes, Mandy. We're doing it for the YouTubes, Mandy. Mandy's like, bitch, I ain't subscribed to you. Mandy don't give two hoops, does she? Let's go, Mandy. I was expecting a dash attack there, Queen, so I had to counter it any way I possibly could. He's finished healing me, so what I can do now, as long as I stay within 12 meters of old Jakey boy here, we can suppress our scratch marks for the pair of us. So it could be very useful in a situation where we're trying to get a loser killer, like right now. But it also could be a case of cat and mouse and just, you know, potentially bringing down a double injury. Right, we've lost connection. We are no longer a symbiotic duo. Right, I have to try and play around this TNL. I've got a really itchy nose and I don't want it. Oh, she moonwalked. Oh, she whiffed. Mandy, my heart is in my arsehole. I can't be doing this, Queen. I can't be doing this, Queen. Fake it. Bin. Fake. She never fell for it. She never fell for it. Oh, Mandy's a Noah. Mandy is a Noah. So we've seen collective stealth in action. We've seen background player in action. I mean, I'm going on Death Hunt now, so possibly we could see Blood Rush in action at some point. Although in endgame, I'm not really sure how useful it's going to be in endgame. Again, it's altruism, isn't it? So it could be useful. You never know. Never say never. I will never say never. I do need to be fully healed. But if you are in a Swift with comms, it could be useful. Hopefully when Jake gets us fully healed, we are going to see. Okay, so background player has popped off. I have the haste status effect. I'm also going to put Blood Rush on. So you can see from Blood Rush now, the exhaustion has completely disappeared. But we are broken. We're broken for 26 seconds. So long as we can last that 26 seconds, we will see that the broken status effect will bring us back to a fully fledged healthy state. There's going to be no issues. All we got to do is outlast those 26 seconds. She's over there. There we go. We're straight back to healthy status as well. Amazing. So again, endgame could also have these perks as clutch, which is really good if you are in a sticky situation. Possibly might be useful for things like slugging. Background player seems to be an anti-slugging perk, which is good. It feels like DBD are actually, you know, kind of taking note of what the community is saying in terms of survivors, etc. There's background player popping off again. In terms of male survivors as well, they tend to be quite clunky. They tend to be quite kind of mechanical. They don't tend to run as fluidly as female survivors. I don't really feel that so much with Renato. Right, Mandy's there. Mandy's there. Is she... No, I don't think she wants me to go get him, does she? No, Mandy doesn't want him. Right, I have to go, I have to go. I'm sorry, Jake. I'm sorry, I tried my best. Well, there we go. We got Adept Hanatu. We got it. We got it. Amazing. So Hanatu is a fantastic survivor, and that brings us to the conclusion of today's video. Now, as we've seen, a very altruistic player, a very good survivor for anybody who likes to play strategically, but also altruistically. Some fantastic perks that work well together in cohesion, and they are also fantastic for playing if you are the sort of player that gets involved in all areas of each individual trial in the entity. So it's definitely worth buying, in my opinion. It is an original chapter, so you can pick up Hanatu for shards rather than physical money, if that is your preferred method. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and click subscribe if you want to catch any future content. I will be streaming 3 times per week on Twitch. I will start posting twice a week on YouTube and also posting daily on TikTok. Also active on Twitter, all the socials. Information is down in the description box below. But until next time, my loves, stay marvelous, Amos.